Welcome to Season 3 of the Knack for Business podcast. Over 250 episodes strong, we're here to ignite your entrepreneurial spirit with fresh insights, networking gems, and creative strategies that elevate your game. Are you ready to discover what your Knack for Business truly is? Your hosts are Bernie Fransgrote from Creative Insight and Wayne Pratt from Motivate You Inc. So, what can you expect from the Knack for Business podcast? The aim is to help you find your feet in the business world. Whether you're just starting out or you've been at it for a while, we have something for everyone.
Today's topic is Purpose Precedes Product Perfectly. Our guest today is actually Wayne Pratt from Motivate You. Wayne is a seasoned motivational business coach with a focus on the desk job to dream job seeker, where he excels in guiding the solopreneur through growth and transition planning. As the host of the Knack for Business podcast, Wayne has delivered more than 200 plus episodes, sharing actionable insights and strategies for business success. He's also an active member of the East Trade Winds Network, connecting and collaborating with industry professionals. Learn more about Wayne and his impactful work by visiting motivateyou.ca. Wayne, what's your favorite quote or saying, sir?
If you can see it, you can be it. By Napoleon Hill. I've often noticed that when you walk into a big office, they always have the mission statement in the lobby and maybe the lunchroom. And I think it's very important that the solopreneur has a mission statement too. And basically, I believe that your purpose has to come before the product, so that why you do what you do is what matters. I have a easy program to get you through with a mission statement generator. Why you get a clear mission in 15 minutes. It's available on my website free, and it will eliminate the noise in your head from too many choices. So here's some signs that you need to revisit your goals. They clash. They're from another purpose, where you were working instead of where you are working. And you need to separate clarity from noise in a world full of distractions. So what you do isn't as important as who you are, but who you are defines what you do. So now what I want you to do is get out a piece of paper, and I want you to come up with 10 words that speak to you. Words like love or joy. They're often nouns. They don't have to be, but just write on a piece of paper 10 words. Okay? Excellent. The second list, I want you to write down 10 gifts, what you're naturally good at. And if you're an overly humble person, what other people say you're really good at. 10 words. Excellent. And now the last thing is what roles you have. You're a father. You're a son. You're an employer. You're a husband. Write down 10 roles. Okay. Now, in the first list, circle 2 words that jump out at you. 2 words. They're not necessarily in declining order, just 2 words jump out at you. On the next list, circle 3 words that jump out at you. And in the last list, 3 words that jump out at you. And now we're going to put it in a sentence. And it is, I want to live in a world of, put in your 2 words, using my God-given talents of circle, whatever you came up with. And lastly, while being a caring, blank and blank. Don't worry about the grammar. You can always finesse the grammar later. But now I want you to read that sentence out to you at least 3 times till it makes sense to you. Also, if you want to have a more elegant looking document, go to my website, and the mission generator is there, both Motivate You and waynepratt.ca. And I want you to sign and date that mission statement and start living your new mission tomorrow morning. Thanks.
Wayne, that was a great explanation and a walkthrough on that mission statement generator.
Cool.
What's the first step you recommend from somebody that's in the desk job looking for that dream job?
The first thing is frame your dissatisfactions in a positive way. There's a reason why you're getting annoyed. And I want you to look at what could be done rather than what's not being done. So if you could do it better, either this or something else, then you should be doing it better. Also, if you find you're working through people instead of for people, it's time to become a solopreneur. Now, my job is to help you have the levers when you're used to having 40 people at head office help you. You don't have that anymore. I can help.
Set the goals,
Yep.
make them meaningful.
Yep.
How do you structure that? How do you fire it up? We just went through the exercise.
Yep.
But how do you structure it so that you're off to the races and you're on target? You know you've done right.
The first thing you have to do is make sure the goals you come up with are yours, not your culture's, not your dead parents, not your former bosses, yours. The second thing you have to do is line up as many of your goals as possible in different time chunks. There's a 2 or 3 year goal. There's the 1 year goal. There's what I want to do in 90 days goal. And then here's why you need help is the accountability of what am I doing next week goal, the action step. Without action step, it's just follow along.
The last point to drive home here would be, okay, I have a mission.
Yep.
How do you balance out from that's a smart move, it's practical, achievable, even though it's a stretch goal, which means didn't want to do it before because you might end up spraining something. And when do you adjust it to keep yourself on track?
That is so valuable, Bernie. Thank you. First thing you have to do is not be afraid of adjusting. You're not a stonemason. You're not writing this into granite. If it doesn't fit, tear up the paper and start over. It's not a problem. You don't want to reorg every 3 weeks, but the bottom line is make sure your goals still speak to you. And if they don't, get new goals.
Wayne Pratt, want to say thank you. And for one, your presentation today, and you, the Knack for Business listeners, because you know what? Without you folks, why are we doing this? No, I'm going to rephrase that. I want to say thank you to Wayne Pratt for presenting today, and you, the Knack for Business listeners. If you are curious about setting your goals and your missions, reach out to Wayne. If you're in the corporate universe and you're going, I want to change gears, I want to do my own thing, you have a calling, whatever the case may be, and reach out to Wayne. He offers a free session in the first 30 minutes. Wayne, how can folks reach you?
There's 2 ways. Best way is my website, MOTIVE, the numeral 8, the letter U.ca. Also, WaynePratt.ca. You always know if you got it right. And then last, I'm also on LinkedIn. So check me out.
To reach the podcast hosts, email them info@creativeinsight.com or by the website creativeinsight.com, spelled KREATIVINSIGH.com. If you would like to be a guest on this podcast and share your knowledge, let us know. We would also appreciate your feedback on the content or format. Check the show notes for more details. For these podcasts, we like to acknowledge the support and thanks to the following people. Carl Richards from Podcast Solutions Made Simple, a renowned podcast expert. Fred Crouch, who is the Property Wizard podcaster, where Bernie is a co-host. Jovan Streaker from At Hive, a co-working space that is more than just a space. Then, Melanie Weber, Bernie's invaluable business partner, and Wayne Pratt from Motivate You Inc., who serves as both a coach and co-host of these podcasts. Disclaimer. Please note that the Knack for Business podcast episodes are meant solely for educational and general informational purposes. The information and opinions contained within are not intended to be professional advice on any subject matter. The thoughts, views, and opinions expressed by the participants are their own personal beliefs and do not represent the views of the podcast hosts or any affiliated organizations. It is important to note that this podcast is not a replacement for consulting with certified experts in your area who possess knowledge of your unique situation. The hosts of the podcast, along with any participants or affiliated groups, do not take responsibility for any actions taken or not taken based on the information presented in this episode. It is highly recommended that individuals seek guidance from their own personal advisors in fields such as accounting, law, or other pertinent areas prior to undertaking any actions or making decisions that may impact their financial, legal, or other aspects of life.